Hello YouTubers, today I'm going to be showing you how to JTAG an HTC Evo 4G. This is just a donor phone that I'm going to be using for an example. This one has a corrupt file system, so what I'm going to do is replace the H boot on this, and also I'm going to be going over what the RiffBox does and what it can do, the unlocking of the phone. Two, I'm going to be making a video to add on with this one, showing you how to do a data recovery off this one, so we could retrieve pictures, videos, or contacts or anything like that off the phone for the customer. For an example, you'd be working on their phone. So let's get started. So basically I got the phone already pre-assembled. You can watch YouTube videos on how to do that. What I'm going to be doing is just disconnecting some of the components on here. These cables here. And we have power. Board actually has a connector on the other side that you need to free. Alright, so we got the board disconnected. We're going to go over to open up the RiffBox software, and what you're going to do is you're going to go to Resurrection, because we're going to bring this phone back to life, and we're going to get the pin out on this one. So basically we're going to go to the JTAG software over here, and we're going to select HTC because it's an HTC phone over here, and then we're going to go over here and select, this is a HTC Evo 4G, so this one's going to be the Jewel, and you got a reference point. You can go here and tell you what to do basically. Then you got the pin out interface. So basically we want to sit here and open this up so we know where to JTAG the connections. This one's going to be underneath the camera here, so what we'll do is we'll go underneath the camera here, disconnect this. Disconnect the camera here. Alright, we got the camera, set that to the side. So we got those connectors there. So basically we have to solder the wires to the pads. So let's do that. Let's see if I can get this in. So I got my connector here. I made a long time ago, years back, for the connector. I got them all labeled, so it makes it a lot easier. You're gonna have to get the pin interface. If you need the pin interface for the box, you just close this down, go over here, and this will show you the pin out interface. So let's go back for our pin out here. So pin 1 is going to be here, and it's going to be TRST. So we're going to add some flux down here. So I'm gonna add some solder to these pads. Alright, so we got soldered on all the pads. Now we'll just clean the tip up, some more solder on here, and we're going to take the wires. Well, pin 1 we're not going to use, so it's just pin 2. My bad on that one. So pin 2, we're going to get wire TRST, solder to it. Alright, we got that one on there. Now we're going to do pin 3, TDI. So we just grab a USB cable here. What we'll do is plug it in the RiffBox. Then we got the power cord. So now basically it'll tell you in the resurrection files what to do. It says use battery or cable, so you can use battery or cable. Alright, I'm back. I had a problem with one of the wires, so what I did is I just put some extension wires, out of this. So, some speaker wire, copper wire, and soldered them to the actual points itself, making it a lot easier to put outside the phone and connect the box. So I got everything connected. I figured I'd leave that out of the video. I got alright, so what I did is I made different connections with the speaker wire, copper wire, really thin, a lot easier to move around and stuff, so I could put the phone back together. So what I did is just leave that out at me soldering those connectors. I already explained what to do on what connections to connect and how you could find the connections. So now we got everything connected. We got power to the phone, we got the battery connected, and we also got the box connected to the phone. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the software, and we got everything connected. So basically you're going to go over the instructions here for your pinout. That's for your box, and all labeled. I have mine pre-labeled, so it's a lot easier. And then you go to pin interface. I already showed you guys how to connect all of those. It's basically pretty simple. But what I did is I ran the thin speaker wire along the board this way out the board, so it's just a lot easier, and you don't have to worry about making grounding connections out. So what we're going to do is, now we got everything connected. When we got the box, we got the profile selected. I went ahead and put up the frequency of the sample rate up to higher. For some reason, if you get max sample rate, it's not going to read it. Connected, failed. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this to 9 megahertz, and then we're going to hit resurrection, because connecting to dead body failed. So it failed to connect with the dead body. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But what we're going to do is we're going to hit resurrection now. And there, now it recognized it. So let me move this off to the side here a little bit. I'm going to zoom in on the software here too, on the screen. Make it a little easier for you guys to see. Alright, so I got you guys zoomed in over here. Now, we're just going to go over this a little bit. Now, see, it's recognizing the chip. Connected to memory. And detected flash chip 1. 2. So you got 2 megabyte, and then obviously we got a 16 megabyte flash on this phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. Once you hit the resurrection, this is going to pop up right here. And what nice little features you have here. So if you want to restore the H boot right here, and you got other options too. Camera, sensors, repair. Also, we're gonna go over here. You guys, if you know what this is, S off right here. So for like rooting on Android HTC phone, you gotta unlock the bootloader. So basically, just by clicking this right here, we're gonna unlock the bootloader. And custom ID, you can make that whatever you want. You obviously know what this is right here. I don't have to explain that, or I never ever mess with that, so you know what that could be used for. So what we're gonna do is, we got the S off because we're gonna want to make this phone S off rooted, and obviously we're gonna repair the bootloader on this one, making the phone boot again. Then we got over here, we got special. I love this one right here. Unlock. I like this one. So basically, just unlock your phone with one click. You ready? Here we go. Bam. Unlocking the phone is complete. So we're gonna go back to resurrection. We're gonna go back over here. And we're gonna select this. We got S off, and we're gonna hit resurrection. Now you can see it's flashing the dead body right now to the actual phone. So, and you can see the box over here if I could zoom in here. And it's transferring the data. Alright, we're at 98, 99, and resurrection complete. Flashing the dead body, okay. So we just flashed the dead body. And now it's a resurrection, it's complete, and the phone should boot now. So basically, I hope this helps somebody on unlocking or repairing boot partition of the boot sector of the phone. Also, I'm gonna go over in this next part of this video, we're gonna pull the chip off this actual phone itself, and we're gonna do a data recovery on this one. I have to log in on that. I'll be right back. So I hope this helps anybody else that's having an issue with their phone, a bootloader, or just quick unlocking a bootloader or unlocking the phone. My next video here on the add-on of this video is going to be, or a next part video, I don't know which one, either way. I'm going to sit there and make another video continuing using this phone as a donor. I'm going to pull off the flash memory chip off this one and read the files and memory off that and create a image of that, and so I could able to retrieve, you know, photos, contacts, videos, anything that you'd like to recover off of a phone that you cannot recover that was on the phone, any pictures that were stored on the internal SD card of the phone, the memory chip actually, whatever's being stored on there, you could pull those contacts off. A lot of people can't, because if the phone is damaged or doesn't boot or will never boot again, then this is the only way that you're going to be able to retrieve any data from the customer's phone or anything that you're trying to retrieve the data from. So we're going to disconnect this since that's done now. And we can disconnect this and we can see if the phone boots. I am just going to flip this over here, and what I'm going to do is pull the battery on the phone, plug it back in, and we got to get the video hooked up here. Alright, we should have video hooked up. Let's try to power it on. I get the power button. There we go, we got a vibration. I don't know if the screen's plugged in yet. You know, volume down, power, pop up H boot. Just gonna desolder my wires here real quick so this ain't a problem. Alright, we got that disconnected. There we go, we got H boot. Let me see if I could zoom in on this or focus. And there you go, it says unlocked And then we got S off right there, as you can see. So there you go, you can root it real quick. The phone's unlocked for any carrier. So let's just boot into the actual software here. I'll go to reset here. I'll just pull the battery. I want to see if the phone actually boots, because that was the problem before. That's always a good sign. Boo, Sprint sucks. T-Mobile's where it's at. Alright, so the phone booted up. It's all fixed. I hope that helps somebody that has an issue with their phone and they don't know how to really use the box.